Hey guys, welcome back to Joe Yo, and this is part 3 of a 5-part series put together in a serial, which is sort of grouping together a whole bunch of communities around and in Johnston County, and today is going to be again part 3. Now, we're going around the areas of Johnston County, but really, you'll see Johnston County is right in the center of it, but we got nothing, not a single person, no man, no thing exists in a vacuum. So you'll see the connections in a second. This is part 3 of What a Tangled Web We Weave. Here we go. Washington Duke and his sons James Buchanan, Buck, and Benjamin Newton Duke grew a small family farm into an empire, a monopoly even. So, in case you don't quite know about the whole monopoly thing besides a board game, there are roughly 2 types of real legitimate monopolies. One, those that are acquired through horizontal integration, which is taking over all of your competitors, the one that makes the most sense. And 2, those that buy out or that took over all their suppliers in vertical integration. Buying the companies that supply you your own stuff to make your own product. Now, when you buy out suppliers, who probably also supply your competitors, you're buying up the processes of your competitors as well. And every time your competitors therefore buy supplies that you now own, they end up making you money anyway. You control the entire industry. In this case, they bought up the patent for the cigarette rolling machine. And when they did so, they locked up the cigarette market because no one can compete with it in manual labor. That made anyone that tried to buy a cigarette rolling machine depend on the patent holder to even exist. And that would be the Duke family. It is this way that Buck Duke took over the larger William T. Blackwell Company, the maker of Bull Durham tobacco, and R.J. Reynolds and others to make one of the U.S.'s strongest monopolies, the American Tobacco Company. Now, besides the cigarette rolling machines, the Duke family, along with the Anger family of Durham County, with whom they married, established railroad tracks to move product, a power company to power the factories, and textile mills to produce pouches and sheets for tobacco, and later, denim. To manage the textile part, the Duke family brought on a proven winner, William Allen Erwin from Morganton, who had managed the large E.M. Holt plaid mills in Burlington, who they also made coats. By 1896, the textile factory owned by the Dukes, called Erwin Mills, was Durham's largest mill and one of the biggest in the state. They opened, therefore, another one in Durham. And then they opened 2 more in the county south of Durham, Harnett, on the Cape Fear and Northern Railroad, which was established by Buck's and Ben's brother-in-law, Jonathan Cicero Anger. Like so many of our North Carolina towns that owe their birth to the railroad, a depot was established. Land was bought around the depot, plotted, and sold for residents in Harnett County. This one was a little bit different because this one was planned with these mills in mind. The new town almost immediately went from rural land to 4,000 residents by 1932 in just 30 years. And the town was to be called Duke in honor of the family. However, the establishment of the town of Duke caused some confusion with the Postal Service, who had difficulty distinguishing which Duke letters were supposed to go which way. Some letters be addressed to one Duke, and another one, because there were, again, more Dukes than just one, because the family had recently purchased Trinity College and renamed it Duke. There were therefore 2 Dukes. So the town renamed itself after the manager, William Allen Erwin. Speaking of a tangled web, there's more. This William Allen Erwin is going to marry a lady named Sadie Smeeds, the daughter of the Dr. Albert Smeeds. Now, Albert Smeeds, apparently he is a ghost that roams the halls at one of the colleges he founded and is also the school's mascot. Albert Smeeds founded St. Mary's School in Raleigh. His brother, John Eston Cook Smeeds, was president of St. Augustine School in Raleigh. Now, one of Albert Smeeds' descendants married into the York family that built the Sir Walter Hotel, the NC State Bell Tower, Memorial Auditorium, Cameron Village, and, of course, York property. Ben Duke and Sarah Pearson Anger Duke, sister of Jonathan Cicero Anger, had a daughter that married a named Anthony Joseph Drexel Biddle, who was a descendant of the founder of Drexel University and one of the men that Andrew Jackson wanted to murder early in his presidency. But to be fair, Andrew Jackson wanted to murder a lot of people. However, this one was the famous Nicholas Biddle, who dared to tell Jackson that he was insignificant. It will not work out well for Mr. Biddle. He didn't die, but may as well. Their son, Anger, married Biddle's sister, and their son literally married royalty and was an ambassador like his cousin was. So, what we have here is a connection. We have the establishment of the town of Erwin, and we have connections all over, if you want to say such, North Carolina royalty. And that is where we end up this episode. Y'all, one of the shorter ones, probably the shortest one we've ever done, but had fun with it. Part 4 is coming up. You know, you could just binge these if you wanted to and have a good 20-30 minute one, but smaller segments tends to be more effective, I think, in this case. So until next time, until episode 4, y'all be good.